Ladies and gents, welcome back to Football Paradise. Welcome to episode 9 in our mission of completing the 92. Now, as you can see, we're here outside a beast of a stadium, ticking off our very first Premier League club and stadium as we experience Sunderland versus Manchester United in the Premier League. Now, I'm not just here as a tourist like a lot of people rocking up, just filming the game. In this series, we take a deep dive into the history of each club. We experience what it's like to be a fan of each club. We go to local pubs, we taste test the pies, the pints, we get a pin badge from the club shop, and we learn a bit about the history. The biggest thing you need to know is this club, yes, they're having a good time this season in the Premier League, but they were one of the original giants of English football, dominating the early era of the English Football League. We'll get onto that in a moment. Let's crack on. The rain stopped. I could put my broken umbrella away. Welcome back to Riders of 92. Hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, and let's find out more. Let's go.
Wise men say only fools rush in, but I can't help falling in love with you.
Guys, before we head over to the sites of some of Sunderland's former stadiums, we need to reference this. Of course, this came from Roker Park, their last ground, and those football purists, those who love the history of English football stadiums, or British football stadiums should I say, this is some of the work of legendary Scottish architect Mr. Archibald Leach. That famous lattice, that crisscross design that was featured in many English football grounds. I really like that. This is just the car park. If we head over here, there's even more. I love this. Again, some people get excited about match day. I'm really looking forward to that. But what really gets me going is finding out about the DNA of each club, the soul, the heart and soul. And there we have a little bit more, guys. I love it when clubs tie in the old ground with moving to this beautiful new stadium. I mean, on first impression, it looks absolutely gorgeous. I shouldn't say gorgeous too loudly. There was a attractive lady walking past. I don't want her to think I'm talking about her. I must admit, about a month ago, we were in Middlesbrough, just down the road, and we did talk about Ayresome Park. We visited the site of Ayresome Park, and we said a similar thing. They obviously took the gates, the entranceway gates, from the old stadium to the riverside. So let's go and find out what other little nods to the history of Sunderland that are around the ground, because I'm planning to visit Newcastle Road, where they played when they first joined the Football League and where they first won their very first league title. And of course, Roker Park. They played at numerous grounds before the one on Newcastle Road, but those are the big ones in this story. Now you'll see here, guys, the entrance gates. I know they're open at the moment, but it does say into the light. And of course, this ground was called the Stadium of Light to reference the history of Sunderland. We know about their shipbuilding history and where the Mackem and Tackem kind of phrasing came from. But they also have a deep history in mining as well. There is a lantern somewhere around the stadium. But into the light, again, a reference to those miners. Let's keep wandering. Guys, you've got the £1 million painting. We'll talk about that in a moment, but you've got loads of Sunderland's history just in reception. Now, the guy who wore this coat and jacket, an absolute legend of the club, there is a statue of his outside. Again, we'll speak about the story in a moment. Everyone's taking a piss out my umbrella. Just look at the state of this, guys. Got to keep the barnet good. I've not got a lot of hair left at the front, so Got to keep it precisely arranged, otherwise I've got to do the Bobby Charlton. Anyway, the lady inside reception, what a lovely lady. She did say that painting, that beautiful painting, is one of the oldest known oil paintings in the world and is rightfully priced at around £1 million, I believe, or was it dollars or euros? It was about $1 million. So don't go trying to nick it. It's an absolute beast, as you saw. It'll take a while to get through those glass doors, but it did show a match versus Sunderland and Aston Villa, I believe in 1895, during their glory period. So it's really cool to see. And we did reference the man with a coat and the hat. So let's go and check out his statue and we can talk about that incredible story. So before we get over to that statue, guys, I'm loving, again, all these little bits of information on the wander round. You've got Men of Steel. Again, it's speaking about heavy industry being a vital part of the northeast region of England. For thousands of years, obviously generations relied on the industry involving coal, steel and shipbuilding. We mentioned the coal mines. This, I think this used to be a coal mine. This used to be where thousands of men over the years would be grafting, feeding their families, and hence again why this is appropriately named the Stadium of Light. And you can see again, nice little feature over there. Shame about that bloody cone. That wrecks it a little bit, doesn't it? What a fantastic view. And as we overlook this hill, you can get a real feel for what this place would have been like 100 plus years ago. Of course, due to the decline of coal mining, the industry, the local area would have been massively impacted, but the football club has therefore taken the centre spot as the heart of the community. You can imagine all the workers rocking up to games, for example, the ground at Newcastle Road, where we're going to go to in a moment, where they won their first league title. That's only around the corner from here. So all the workers would have flooded over there for those football games. So it's a really nice touch having, I say, this modern stadium opened in 1997, but it still looks fantastic. Great first impressions. I've got a feeling this is going to be a long video. And here you go, guys. This site at its peak was producing 56 million tonnes of coal. It had 304 pits and there were 165,000 men working on this site. Of course, that declined after the Second World War all the way to the 80s. I'm not going to get controversial with Maggie Thatcher. And by 1993, the last one here closed. A story we hear quite a lot around the north of England. Let's get to that bloody statue. Of course, Sunderland AFC are nicknamed the Black Cats. So then, guys, I'm fearful of butchering his name, but this is Bob Stokoe. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. Legendary English football manager who is depicted here in the statue in his trademark coat and hat, of which you saw in reception. Now this is a depiction of him running onto the pitch in the 1973 FA Cup final versus Leeds United. Of course, Sunderland will win the FA Cup twice. They won it in 1937 and ironically in 1973. They beat Leeds 1-0, but the most significant thing was the fact that it was a true underdog story at the time. Sunderland were a second division team. It wasn't a frequent thing. When was the last time a second division team won the FA Cup? Was it West Ham in the 80s? Correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section below. Sunderland did it in 1973. So there we go, what an icon. Of course, guys, this is going to be absolutely packed come closer to kick-off. You don't see many programme sellers anymore, but you do see a lot of these little official merchandise stands popping up. Now, if we look over here, there is a unofficial kind of fan shop over there. We'll go and check that out closer to match day as well, because they are setting up. And in the distance over there, we've got the official club shop, the SAFC store. It's a big one. And again, if you are new around here, as we said in the intro, we fully immerse ourselves in what it's like to be a fan of the clubs we visit. Now, every time we visit a ground, we need to tick off the 3 Ps. For Middlesbrough's case, of course, we ticked off a Parmo as well. We need to get a pin badge from the club shop. We need to have a pint and a pie inside the ground. That'll be later on, but let's tick off the first P, which we couldn't tick off last week in Millwall because, of course, we went to the shop, it was rammed, so I said I'd go back after the game. By that point, the pin badges were sold out, so I'm not going to make that same mistake. Let's see what the shop has to offer. Let's go. So guys, I've got the pin badge, but I've also bumped into my Brazilian friend. You might recognise this guy from last week.
Yeah, I got a haircut, but
Where's all your Millwall clothes?
I left them home today.
Last week he was Millwall till he dies. Today he's Sunderland till he dies.
How are you, lads?
You were Arsenal till you die. You were Everton till you die. How many more English grounds have you got to do?
I'm gonna go to Celtic versus Rangers.
So, are you Celtic or Rangers?
Celtic.
Ooh, boo! I'm only joking. I'm stirring up controversy. So then, guys, I'm ironically on Newcastle Road. Now, in total, Sunderland have had 8 football grounds, 8 stadiums. They were founded in 1879 in a fairly unorthodox manner. They were founded as Sunderland, I'm gonna have to check my notes, Sunderland and District Teachers Association Football Club. They were basically founded by a headmaster, a schoolmaster, and teachers were the players. A year later, they changed the name to what they're currently known as Sunderland AFC. Now again, Newcastle Road wasn't their first ground. They had 5 grounds before, but their 6th ground, named Newcastle Road Stadium, and there is a commemorative, there is a plaque just up here to again mark where the stadium once was, or at least I think it is. It's called Newcastle Road, but it is a little bit off Newcastle Road. Now they moved here in 1886, and as we said earlier on in the video, it was during their most successful time, winning all those league titles. And I believe the blue plaque is by the community centre thing over here. Let's go and check it out. Unfortunately, it's a Saturday and it's locked up, but you can see in the distance that blue plaque, Newcastle Road. It's official. Let's move on to where they moved to, Roker Park. Let's go. Here we go, guys. Yeah, let's go in. How's it going, mate? You all right? That's beautiful. How are you? I don't want to get you. This is a beautiful shop in here.
Yeah, first time we come here.
So, mate, this is your lovely barber shop. And are you a Sunderland fan? Who do you support?
Man City.
Man City. So, unfortunately, no Champions League, but maybe a Premier League.
Premier League soon.
Premier League
Maybe
soon.
next season.
Maybe next season. I'll let the postman come in. Sorry, mate. And this is the best barber shop in Sunderland, yeah?
Thank you so much.
Cheers, mate. Thank you for that. Really appreciate that. Really nice guy. How can you walk past that barber shop and see that beautiful Champions League and Premier League? I was there mocking Sunderland, you know, saying there's no chance Sunderland are going to win a Premier League or a Champions League. But essentially, let's be honest, English football didn't start in '92. They've technically won the Premier League, the same bloody thing, 5 times. Not a Champions League yet, though. Never say never, Sunderland fans. We say it every time we come to the site of a former football ground. I love it when they actually reference things that used to be here. You've just seen Clock Stand Close. There's also there's various names of roads around here, which we're going to look at the moment, but I won't get them on camera because obviously it's a sensitive subject. But the centre circle is now a roundabout. So the car behind just had a lovely conversation with a Sunderland fan who's come all the way up from Hertfordshire. I think it was Hertfordshire. And he's just, actually it's a little bit, I get quite emotional when I hear stories like this. I saw him outside the Stadium of Light doing something. He's actually scattering the ashes of his passed away father, and he's just put some ashes. Is it a mark of disrespect to show you? I don't know. There's some ashes in the middle of what was the centre circle of the stadium. I don't think it's disrespectful. I think it's actually nice. Let's show you. Again, guys, if you do think it's disrespectful, I'll cut this out of the video. I can do it afterwards. But as you can see, this is the ashes on what used to be the centre spot. So a really nice touch, and he said he's just travelling round to all the sites of Sunderland's history, doing a little bit as we are, and yeah, scattering his father's ashes. So caught me a little bit, got a little bit choked up actually hearing that story. If you do see this video, I didn't catch your name, but really nice touch. Promotion close. We just mentioned names of roads. Here we go. Promotion close. Obviously Sunderland most recently promoted to the Premier League at the end of last season, having a really good season. But if we just make our way back away from what was the centre circle, because there is a nice sign of all the road names all on one sign. So let's go and take a look at that. So ladies and gents, visualise fans going all the way back when this stadium opened in 1898, walking down the old school streets. We always talk about the terraced housing, the heart of the community these football grounds once stood. And over this side of the road, you can see that late 90s style of house. This would have been the entranceway towards the stadium. And again, we mentioned those signs. Here we have Midfield Drive leading to Roker Park Close, leading to Promotion Close and Clock Stand Close. So yes, almost a century here. Moving here in 1898, leaving in 1997. Lots of memories made. We've already spoken about they'd won the FA Cup twice during that time. What a fantastic place to live if you are a Sunderland fan, living on the site of the former stadium. When Roker Park opened, it had a capacity of around 30,000. Of course, back then, there weren't really seating. Maybe there was a little bit of seating, but of course, majority terraces. That would expand over the years, going up to 50,000, and I believe their record attendance was around 75,000, probably over 75,000. By the time of closure, this place only had a capacity of 22,500, and it was one of the last Premier League grounds to still have a standing terrace. So if you think the capacity dropped to over 22,000, it would have been even lower had they converted that standing terrace to seating. So it was essential for a club of Sunderland size to actually move to the Stadium of Light. I mean, again, we've been to the sites of Ayresome Park and spoke about being a 1966 World Cup host stadium. This again has that honour. They also hosted a quarter-final game, I believe. Lots and lots of history beyond Sunderland as a club in this ground. Let's get out the rain anyway, guys. Let's head to maybe a boozer. Let's head somewhere and continue this journey and start immersing ourselves into that matchday atmosphere here in Sunderland. Hit that like button and let's carry on. Right guys, first pint down in the old Colliery Tavern. £5, 5p. A nice cheap pint of Madry. Let's get over to the Fans Museum. Right then guys, Sunderland fans, give me the lowdown on this place. An incredible, dare I say, museum. It's basically a community, how do you put it? It survives through donations, and there's all kinds of memorabilia, loads of historic items from Sunderland's history, and loads of people drinking, watching other games before the game. Let's get over to the Stadium of Light. Let's get out this bloody rain. Let's go. Another pint of Madry. This is £5.75, and unfortunately another pucker pie. Now you guys in the comment section have told me I need to deduct each club a point when we do our reviews at the end of the video if they serve a pucker pie. Another chicken poulty in this rain. I'll be honest, it's actually really nice and warm.
Come on, Sunderland. Can you say to me?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Come on, Sunderland. We are in Sunderland. Petting everywhere red. Sunderland. Yeah. This is my friend. I want to make him as an Obulu Foundation member. And we are in Sunderland. We are in Sunderland. Petting everywhere red. This is my friend. What's your name?
Ryan. What's your name?
Audion Frank Ramsody, the founder of Obulu Foundation. We take about humanity. Humanity first.
Alright then guys, it's still about 1 hour until kick-off. I've not actually seen any Manchester United fans yet, but behind us we've got, beyond the Archibald Leach design, we've got the flags. Of course, we referenced the Middlesbrough Ultras, the Red Faction, when we went there last month. Do Sunderland have Ultras? We'll find out. Thankfully, we're not in the safe standing section. They won't appreciate my filming. But in terms of food, again, a generic pie, but it was one of the better pucker pies. Piping hot chicken bolty pie, and for £5.20, not too bad. The pint £5.75, as I said, middle of the road, not too bad. Hang on to the end of the video when I give my ratings for food and drink, match day experience, fan atmosphere, and of course, stadium aesthetic. It's looking good at the moment. Pompey at top of the table. Can Sunderland knock Portsmouth off the top? Let's find out.
This place, this city, this club, this isn't just football. This is home.
Good afternoon to the Sunderland Warriors!
Right then guys, so how are we going to rate Sunderland and the Stadium of Light? In terms of fan atmosphere, maybe I've gone safe again. I've gone for 3 out of 5. Of course, we saw a lot of frustration amongst the Sunderland fans at the referee, but I felt like on a drizzly day, I know they've been playing well this season and the expectations are maybe a little bit higher than they were at the start of the season. But I thought maybe considering the fact that there's not a lot left for them to play for, they did well. 3 out of 5. In terms of stadium aesthetic, for a modern, even though it opened in 1997, a modern stadium, it's got to be one of the best. It looks really, really nice from the outside and the inside. I'm definitely close to... it's like a 3.5 or a 4. You know I love the old school grounds. We've got, you know, Fratton Park and some of those older grounds I really, really enjoy. But this has to be up there as well because they've gave nods to their history around the ground. And I know Middlesbrough did the same thing as well. But I felt like Sunderland has the edge with the aesthetic of the Stadium of Light. So I've gone for stadium aesthetic, 4 out of 5. In terms of food and drink, I was close to giving it a 4 because those crispy chicken strips and chips with a curry sauce was bloody lovely. £8.95, I know it's a little bit expensive, but for football ground pricing, it wasn't too bad. And I love the fact that they had so many food and drink concourse, so many little stands within the concourse area, nice wide concourses, and you never really had to queue. They had self-serve checkouts. But in terms of choice with lager, we had to go for Madry or Carlin. Again, not too dissimilar from other grounds, but I'm going to go again, 3 out of 5 for food and drink. And finally, match day experience, everything that doesn't come under those previous 3 categories. Well, we got the pin badge. I thought the shop was fantastic. We mentioned the wide concourse area. I love the fact that the location of the ground has history. I love the fact that it's near a boozer. So even though it is a modern ground, it is still close to stuff going on. So for that, I'm really between a 4 and a 3. I'm going to say a 3 because that means 3 times 3, 9 plus 4, that means 13. I don't feel like Sunderland was quite to the level of Portsmouth in our top spot with 14 points. So I've got Sunderland 13 points, level with last week in Millwall. Let us know, guys, have I been harsh? Have I been overly generous? It really is a pleasure making these videos. And I also want to give a shout out to these guys, Beer 52. I'm not going to go all commercial on you. They have shown interest in the channel and they are backing the Riders the 92 series from the next episode in Bolton. We've got Bolton coming up tomorrow. I've already filmed it, of course, but on the channel tomorrow. We've got Bradford and we've got Notts County to finish up Series 1 of Riders the 92. 12 episodes in Series 1. Of course, we're going to have a bit of a break over the summer, but loads and loads more football videos to enjoy on the channel. I've got some great stuff lined up, like the Europa Conference League final. Can Crystal Palace win another trophy? They're absolutely flying in Europe. I think they will. And loads of other stuff as well. Of course, we've got the World Cup. Loads of carnage coming up. So thanks for watching. Hit that like button. Subscribe if you're new. I've been Ryan, not Reese. A lot of people think I'm called Reese. And this has been Riders the 92. See you in the next one.